What's going on, everyone? Good morning, my name is Iceman. Welcome back to Digital Combat Simulator World. Today we are going to do part 2 of the training missions for the AH-64 Delta. There's three more training missions, 3 new training missions that were available. So now we're going to do them for the AH-64 Delta here. So we can figure out what to do, so I can cover the training mission so that it's complete. But before we do that, let's show you the settings, of course. This is what we got here for the graphics. Okay, that's what I got. And then gameplays as such. I turned off wake turbulence, because why not? Miscellaneous is as such. Audio is as such. I will be turning this up once we get in the sim, if I remember to do so. Special is as such. For the AH-64 Delta is what we got. Actually, it's check super carrier. Nice. That's what we got here. Okay. That's what I got there. Ooh. I'm gonna turn this on as well. So I'm gonna do that. And then, yep, that's what I got there. And then, yep, that's it. Okay. Let's do that. And let's do training. Alright, so AH-64 Delta, that's what we got here. So we did all of these, lesson 1 through 9. This time we're going to be doing the lesson 10, lesson 11, and lesson 12. So we're going to do lesson 10 first, then lesson 11, then lesson 12. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. Image auto track. So in this lesson you'll learn how to apply the AH-64 Delta's TADS image auto track IAT for tracking and engaging moving vehicles. Let's do it. Okay, image auto track IAT. In this lesson you'll learn how to employ the AH-64 Delta's TADS image auto track for tracking and engaging moving vehicles. Objective. The AH-64D combat helicopter is a modern two-crew close combat attack helicopter designed primarily as an anti-armor gunship. The AH-64D co-pilot gunner (CBG) employs the target acquisition designation site (TADS) to find and track targets, primarily enemy armor vehicles. In this training, you'll learn how to use the TADS image auto track to track and engage moving vehicles. This lesson is set in 2 sections. First, you'll be instructed in the operation of the TADS image auto track IAT. Then you'll be provided with a number of moving and maneuvering vehicles that you will track and engage using IAT functions. In the second section, you'll be given a few audio prompts, but no specific button highlights. This will be a front seat CPG lesson. You'll undertake most of this lesson in a hover using George AI. The AH-64 does not employ a traditional HOTAS system as is found in many modern combat aircraft. In the DCS AH-64D, the term is cyclic and collective grip functions. These terms will be used in the lessons. Example, cyclic function was right. For familiarity in the DCS controller options menu, these functions can be found in the HOTAS category. Before beginning this training, you should be familiar with the AH-64D TDAC, left-hand grip, LHG, and right-hand grip buttons, triggers, and functions. There are several control buttons and switches on both the CPG's collective cyclic and the TDAC hand grips. It is understood that, given the limitations on peripheral controllers and joysticks, not all these buttons may be mapped twice. In this lesson, you'll be presented a technically accurate task. TDAC was missile. You should execute the task per your peripheral control setup. Specifically, the image auto track controls on the left-hand grip LHG IAT offset switch IAT/center. LHG IAT offset switch OFS center right hand grip IHG multi-target tracker MTT promote switch forward center and IHG MTT promote switch aft center. Note this training is set up to run your own pace. Must highlight button press space or press immediately for the next step. Okay. Alright, let's give this a go.
Welcome to the AH-64D Image Auto Track IT training. This lesson is set in two sections. First, we will be instructing operation of the TADS Image Auto Track, and you will be provided with a number of moving and maneuvering vehicles that you will track and engage using IAT functions. This training will be performed from the co-pilot gunner position. We begin in active pause. Armament, arm safe is arm. TADS is selected. WAS is set to missile. Unless otherwise indicated, most highlighted button presses and spacebar presses will immediately forward the lesson to the next step. Your first time doing the training, it is recommended that you listen fully to each set of instructions before taking the action that will move the lesson forward. Ready to continue? Press the spacebar.
Alright, let's do it.
Your initial targets are a pair of BMPs designated Control Measure C51. Using the TSD, select Coord, then CTRLM, select the C51 line, and then use the right-hand grip slave to set the TAC to the target. Set the field of view in order to see the crosshairs centered on the first two vehicles and zoom so you can identify it as a BMP. Then press slave again to deslave the TAC view. When this is complete, press the spacebar to continue.
Wait, what am I doing? It doesn't actually show what to press. Let's see, chord. So chord, then CTRLM, C51, and slave. Deslave. And zoom in. Medium. Narrow. Alright, there we go.
Using the left-hand grip IAT offset switch, select IAT.
IAT, okay.
Look at the TAC display. It should look like the graphic shown. Following, the gate brackets around the BMP. Number 1 next to the brackets. In the upper right corner, total number of tracks boxed, in this case 1. The display indicates that track 1 is the primary track. That this track will be engaged. The weapon will be fired at this target. Deselect the track using left-hand grip IAT offset switch set to OFS, off switch.
Alright, so we deselect it now.
On the TAC display, the brackets and box 1 indicator will disappear. This is how you drop a track if you do not wish to engage. Using the left-hand grip IAT off switch select IAT again to lock the first BMP. Ready, press the spacebar to continue.
So lock it again. Okay.
Secondary tracks. Using the right hand grip manual track thumb switch, slew the TADS crosshairs to the right over the second BMP. With the left hand grip IAT offset switch, select IAT.
So we're selecting the second one.
TAC display should now look like this graphic. The second BMP is now the primary track, brackets with adjacent 2. Upper right corner, box 2 for 2 total tracks. The first BMP is now a secondary track, denoted with a flag number 1. continue, press the space bar.
So you can track up to 3, okay. That's dope.
Use left hand grab IT offset switch all fast twice, 2 times, to deselect the 2 tracks. When both are deselected, press the space bar to continue.
So deselect both. Okay.
In a few moments, the BMPs will start to move. Using the manual track thumb switch, you will slew the TAC crosshairs over BMP and press the left-hand grab IAT offset switch IAT to track the target. Once you have successfully tracked a moving BMP, press the spacebar to continue.
Oh shit, they're moving. There's one.
With the man track switch, move the field of view to the right until the track BMP goes off the TX screen. You will notice that as the track leaves your field of view, IAT overrides the man track to keep the track in the overall AH-64D's sensor field. Technical note: the aircraft optical sensors, FLIR and TV, have a fixed field of view. When you adjust the TAC field of view, zoom in and out, you are only electronically zooming the part of the sensor field of view to appear on the display. You are not changing the sensor field of view. Thus, the sensor will attempt to maintain track of the target because it can still see it, even after it is off the displayed field of view. Release man track and press left-hand grip IT offset switch to offset to return the TAC to track 1. Press the spacebar when this is complete.
That's awesome. I like that.
As the targets move to the left, use the man track to find the second BMP and track it with left-hand grip IT off switch IT. As the BMPs continue to move to the left, practice the techniques you just learned regarding setting and switching priority and secondary tracks. You may also want to drop a selected track and reacquire a track. Continue to practice until the BMPs turn right to the south. The next instruction, obscured tracks, will begin soon afterwards.
That's cool. So you can just go back and forth between them. Oh no. Ah. There we go.
Obscured tracks. As the BMPs turn around, continue to watch track 1. As they move behind structures, the direct line of sight to the track is obscured. When this happens, the TAD's ID system will attempt to follow, predict the track's continued movements. Initially, the track symbology will switch from brackets to 4 boxes. This means tracking is inertial. It will continue to move given the inertial movement of the sensor when the track was obscured. If the track is lost for a few seconds longer, each of the 4 boxes will become 4 smaller boxes, 16 total boxes for each corner. This means low confidence track. A second or two after that, the track will drop.
Oh, I lost it.
Number drop will appear at the bottom of the TAC, where the number is the track number. At this point, you will need to reacquire and retrack the target. Follow the BMPs, reacquiring and retracking as necessary as the BMPs move back to the right. When ready to continue the next section of training, live fire section, and begin flying, press the spacebar to continue.
Begin flying, okay. So let me check George real quick. Okay, he's on altitude 0, so I'm going to make that 300.
Copy, increasing altitude.
I want to be safe there, because when I hit spacebar, he might, if it was at 0, he'd probably go down into the ground.
An orange smoke mark is lit off farther downrange.
Vulcan altitude.
To mark the area, the targets will enter the range. Use TAC to focus on the area of the smoke mark. In a few moments, 2 BMP-2s will appear just beyond the smoke. Begin with AGM-114 Kilo laser Hellfire selected. Begin to track 1 BMP-2. Engage it using the procedures we have learned for the AGM-114 Kilo and global mode. Remember to maintain a good
I don't remember how to use the
LRFD
missiles.
track to weapon impact. The training will proceed. A second target group will appear after 1 BMP is destroyed.
I don't remember how to use these missiles. I got one. So, track, fire. Is that how I do it? Time of flight 13, it says laser 1 target. I'm already lasing, so should be fine. Got him.
Switch to AGM-114 Lima radar Hellfire. An SA-11 battery is moving from the right. Try to track 2 or 3 other vehicles before engaging. Remember that once you have established a good LRFD range, you can fire an AGM-114 Lima. Once the first missile is away, switch a secondary track to the primary track and engage it. Repeat for a third SA-11 target. Once 3 targets have been destroyed, the train will proceed with the third target. An armor proof.
I don't know how to. Let's see. Type sound to RF. Okay, so RF. Let's say 11 battery. There you go. IT. Two. Let's get that second one. Three. Okay. Let's get that first one. Alright. Fire. Target data. Should be good. Fire. Now I can let go, right? Time flight 12. Hey, there we go. This one. It's two. Hopefully that works. Nice.
An armor platoon, 4 T-72 tanks, and 2 infantry fighting vehicles will soon appear from the right. The platoon will move off the road and head towards you in a line of rest formation. Use your remaining mix of AGM-114 Kilo and AGM-114 Lima to stop the armor by destroying the 4 T-72 tanks.
Suspect to those. So you have to fight 4 of them. Oh, there's some. Fuck. Fuck, it's hard to get these guys. There's one. There's 2. Let's get one more. 3. Alright. 1. Fire. We got laser. There's 1. There's 2. He's dead. There's 3. And there's 1 more that I need to kill. Come on, don't get obstructed. Damn it, missed him. There's 1. Is he going behind it? No, he's not. Okay. Fire him. Goodbye. Yeah, I got him. That should be it. Once he blows up. Once he blows up, that should be it. If I did it right. Should be dead. There he is. Is that it? Did I kill 4? Maybe I need another one. There's the last guy. Chuck him. Fire. Right. Dead. Is that it? Destroying the 4 tanks. Let's see, that's 1. Let's go to medium. 1, 2. I got them all. Pretty sure I got them all. Is there one I missed? What's that there? Huh, that's weird. There's a dead tank there. Yeah, I killed them all. What the hell just happened? What did I just... What happened? What is going on with this? I just bugged something by accident. What is going on with this? I don't know what is going on with this right now. I don't know what happened to this. That's so weird. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I did everything. So, I'm going to end this mission. I don't know what's going on with this right now. Alright, so now we're going to do radar hellfire training. This lesson you learn to employ the AH-64D's AGM-114L radar hellfire without using the fire control radar for targeting. Let's do it. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened with the TADs there. I was just going all over the place like that. I think it was a bug. This new learner apply the AH-64D's AGM-114L radar hellfire without using the fire control radar for targeting. We kind of already did that, I guess, but in the last one. But yeah, I guess this will tell you how to actually do it. This training you learn to use the radar hellfire to attack ground targets, including armor vehicles. You do this without. You would do this without employing the AH-64D's fire control radar. While this mode does not utilize the full capabilities of the AH-64D weapon system, it does provide a good method for quick, quote, fire and forget engagements against multiple targets. In this lesson, you use Hellfire missiles against several targets. You employ the AGM-114L in both Lock-On Before Launch, LOBL, with trajectory, DIR, and Lock-On After Launch, LOAO, with a height trajectory, high. You engage stationary and moving targets. If you've gone through the AGM-114K laser hellfire training flight, you're familiar with the two modes of AGM-114 launch, Lock-On Before Launch and Lock-On After Launch. Unlike the laser hellfire tutorial, most of these shots will be made in Lock-On After Launch. Once you have fixed the target with the TADs, crosshair sensitive laser range, you can shoot the missile. It will fly to a point where its radar seeker takes over. Lock-On After Launch is forced for stationary targets outside 2,500 meters range. For targets inside 2,500 meters or moving, LOBO is required. You will use both LOAO and LOBO in this training. Because the AH-64D fire control system is integrated with the TSD, it's important that you know how to use the TSD to bring up potential targets. The AH-64D's user guide as well as the TSD navigation AGM-114K laser hellfire training flights cover this procedure and should be completed before this mission. This will be a front seat CPG lesson. You will undertake most of this lesson in a hover using George AI. The AH-64 does not employ traditional HOTAS systems found in many modern combat aircraft. Okay, I already read that. Before reading this training, you should be familiar with the AH-64D T-deck, left-hand grip, and right-hand grip buttons, triggers, and functions. Okay. Let's do it. Fly.
Welcome to the AH-64.
Oh, it's quiet. Oh, no, it's not.
AGM-114 Lima radar guided hellfire missile training. Begin in flight at 200 feet AGL. You are in active pause. You are armed with 8 radar hellfire and 4 laser hellfire missiles. This training will be performed from the co-pilot gunner position. Arm safe is armed. Unless otherwise indicated, those highlighted button presses and spacebar presses will immediately forward the lesson to the next step. On your first time through the training, it is recommended that you listen fully to each set of instructions before taking the action that will move the lesson forward. Ready to continue? Press the spacebar.
Okay, let's do it.
First, to see the training targets on the TSD, press right MPD top 3 show, followed by top 6 forward show, and then left 4 into units. Three tactile enemy armor symbols should appear. From top to bottom, C-52, C-51, and C-53. These are the targets for this training. Press top 3 show to back out. Adjust the TSD as desired. Ready to continue, press the spacebar.
Okay, let's do it.
Next, set sight to TAS with the TPDC right hand grip sight selection switch right TAS. WAS missiles. Press left hand grip WAS right missile. Ready to continue, press the spacebar.
Let's see. Mars missile. There you go.
On the left MPD weapon page, you should see your radar and laser missiles. To change the selected missile type from semi-active laser (SAL) to radar (RF), press right 1 type. Your weapon page should now look like this graphic. Take a moment to study the page. Global inhibit should be off. Mode is norm. Missile power should be in auto. We're ready to continue and begin flying. Press the space bar.
Let's make sure. Oh, my altitude 0. Okay. Let's go up to 300.
Roger. Decreasing altitude. Roger. Decreasing altitude.
Actually, I'll be 500 feet.
Copy. Increasing altitude. Copy. Increasing altitude.
So I don't know what altitude we're at now, so let's do that.
As George AI steadies the aircraft into a hover, you will slew the TAC to the first targets. On the right,
At requested altitude.
press top 5 chord, followed by top 2 CTRLM.
Chord, CTRLM,
Select left 3 C53.
C53.
Slave the TADs to the first targets by pressing right hand grip slave. The TADs will center on one of 3 APCs. Press slave again to release the TADs aiming and adjust the sight picture with the right hand grip manual track controller and the left hand grip TADs field of view. If the APC is properly targeted, press the spacebar to continue.
Got it.
To lock the target, you will need to illuminate it with the Laser Range Finder Designator, LFRD. Press and hold the right hand grip LFRD trigger to the second D-tip and note the range. Observe the bottom left side of the TADs. When target data disappears, the target is locked. On the bottom right side of the TADs,
missile
low-out
track.
norm will be replaced by no-ball norm, which, after a moment, will change to RF missile track. You may release the LFRD, launch the missile.
Launch. Okay.
Note common flight. Good shot. Next, move to the second set of targets, 3 T-55s at the C51 marker. Just as you did for the first targets, on the right MPD, bring up the TDS chord CTRLM page and select C51. On the TADs, slave to the C51 target. When you have completed this, press the spacebar to continue.
Alright, so same thing as before. I see it, I think. Yep.
You will notice that this target is partially obscured by trees. This might slightly hamper getting a tight targeting solution. However, since the AGM-114 Lima will launch in blowout mode, it should be able to acquire the target once its line of sight is clear. Again, use the manual track controller, TADS field of view, TADS TV IR to gain a good, if not perfect, targeting solution. Press the spacebar to continue. As you 4, press and hold the L or FD trigger. Move the range. Wait for target data question mark to disappear. This time, low L mark will remain. Fire the missile.
So it's automatic, like lock on after launch? No, okay. Fire. Beautiful.
Good hit. Again, on the right NPD, bring up the TDS, toward CTRL-M page and select C52. The TADS slave to the C52 target. This last target set consists of several moving vehicles. Just as you did in the laser Hellfire training, to engage moving targets, you will use the manual track controller in conjunction with the linear motion compensation LMC
Oh
function.
god, I hate that.
Important. It is critical to establish a good movement track before activating the LRFD. Once the LRFD is fired, a track is created and handed over to the missile. If the track error becomes too large, you should dump the track. WAS gun, then back to WAS missile. With that in mind, once you press the spacebar, the engagement will begin as the convoy rolls out.
Okay. Let's give it a go. God, I hate this.
Find, then track a vehicle with the manual track controller and LMC. Press LRFD to second detent and hold. Target data question mark disappears. Note, no ball norm. Launch the missile.
Fuck. I hate this shit. I hate linear motion compensation for this reason. It is so fucking hard to use, especially when you're doing it with the mouse. I wanna wait till they get out of the trees and shit. Fucking shit. It's annoying. I could cheat and use IAT, but I'm not going to do that. Got it, fire. Goodbye, bitch. Oh, wrong one. Still
Well
what?
You have completed the training. You should have a couple more radar Hellfires and 4 laser Hellfires available. are several more stationary and mobile targets in the area. You may rearm and refuel and return the airplane. Press escape to end the training, or just continue flying.
I'm good. It went after the wrong guy. Oh well. That could happen because it's radar, so. Alright, let's do it. Oh, distinguished flying cross, nice. Sorry, I know it's loud, I forgot to turn down the volume. Let's try fire control radar. In this lesson, you learn how to deploy the AH-64D's fire control radar to engage targets. Let's do it. Alright. Fire control radar. Nice. Alright. In this training, you'll learn how to use the FCR to detect, track, and engage targets. The FCR can be used with the AGM-114L radar Hellfire, as well as providing target queuing for targets to be engaged with the TADS and AGM-114K laser Hellfire. Before beginning this lesson, it's vital that you have completed the AGM-114K and AGM-114L training flights. Because the AH-64D fire control system is code the TSD, it's important that you understand the TSD symbology and functions. To be a front seat CPG lesson, you understand most of the lesson octopods hover. Okay. Let's do it.
Welcome to the AH-64D Fire Control Radar Training. You are armed with 12 radar Hellfire and 4 laser Hellfire missiles. This training will be performed in CPG position. Armament armed safe is armed. Missile has been selected. For simplicity, the helmet-mounted display is off. TSD phase is set to attack, and the TSD range is 15 kilometers. The helicopter is in an active pause zone. Unless otherwise indicated, those highlighted button presses and spacebar presses will immediately forward the lesson to the next step. On your first time through the training, it is recommended that you listen fully to each set of instructions before taking the action that will move the lesson forward. Ready to continue, press the space bar. Set sight to FCR with the TDAC right-hand grip sight select switch. Left FCR. When you do so, the left MPD should show the FCR display, while the right MPD TSD should show the FCR view overlay. The TADS will show a foresight view of the IR-TV sighting system. When ready to continue, press the space bar.
Sorry. Let's do it.
The FCR operates in 2 scan modes: single scan burst, S-scan, and continuous scan burst, C-scan. Activate a single scan burst by pressing the left-hand grip FCR scan switch up, S-scan.
Alright, let's do it. Single scan burst.
First, you will notice that the radar sweep takes place in 2 scan sections, a short range and a longer range. Next, you will notice various symbols denoting different vehicles and aircraft. See the graphic to determine symbol type. Notice the difference between close-in targets, 500 meters to 1,500 meters, and stationary longer-range targets, 1,500 meters to 8,000 meters. Understand the symbols and are ready to continue, press the space bar. Note that one of the target symbols is highlighted with a diamond, and the second symbol is highlighted with an inverted triangle. The diamond denotes the NTS next to shoot target, i.e., if you were to fire a weapon at this time, it would engage this target. The inverted triangle denotes the ANTS, alternate next to shoot target, the next target to be engaged after the NTS. The FCR initially prioritizes targets according to a defensive scheme. For this training, we will operate in the default defensive scheme alpha. Then the fire control system ranks targets in the following order: air defenses, helicopters, fixed-wing aircraft, tracked armor, wheeled vehicles, and unknown. Also note that on the right NPD TSD that the vehicle symbols are shown over the TSD map. This provides situational awareness of the battle space. When you are ready to continue, press the spacebar. 30 seconds after a scan burst ends, the color of the symbols turns from bright yellow to partial intensity yellow to denote stale FCI targeting data. Once the color change has occurred for all the targets, press the spacebar to continue. Using left MPD, push button L1 NTS, or using left-hand grid cursor enter, step through the targets until the primary target is an armored vehicle, as shown in the graphic. When AGM-114 Limas are loaded and the fire control radar is selected, the weapon system will default to radar Hellfires. To launch a radar Hellfire, press and hold the left-hand grip weapon trigger to the second D10.
So, fire?
You may watch the missile to impact with F6. Back in the cockpit, the ANTS has become the NTS target. When ready to continue, press the spacebar. Activate continuous scan burst by pressing the left-hand grip FCR scan switch down, C-scan. Note the sweep line continues and that all the target symbols turn back to bright yellow. Also note that the NTS has shifted to an air defense target. Engage the new primary target by pressing and holding the left-hand grip weapons trigger to the second D10. After the missile impacts, continue by pressing the spacebar.
Nice. So it automatically locks on and shit. That's dope.
Press the FCR scan switch either up or down to stop the continuous scan. We are now going to show how the FCR can be rotated right or left and how that will appear in both the FCR display and the TSD. To better see this on the TSD, change the map to SAT by pressing right NPD push button B4 map, then push button L2 type, and then push button L4 SAT. Finally, return to the primary TSD display by pressing push button B4 map. Using the Site Manual Track Controller, rotate the FCR to the right about 25 to 30 degrees. When you do so, on the right NPD TDS, you will see the FCR pie shape coverage area rotate to the right. On the left NPD FCR display, the FCR radar coverage does not move. However, a small bug on the heading tape will move to indicate the FCR's center line of sight. Turn the FCR continuous scan back on by pressing FCR scan switch down, C-scan. Note that the stationary target symbols appear to have moved to the left. This is because the relative position with reference to the FCR centerline shifted when the FCR was rotated. The actual targets have not moved. The TSD continues to show the target's real-world positions. It is important to understand how this works, since, in the heat of battle, the differences in the views can be confusing. Press the spacebar to continue.
Let's see something real quick. Sorry about that.
A group of 3 moving vehicles has been activated. You should see the moving target symbols appear and begin moving from right to left on both the FCR and TSD displays. When ready to continue, press the spacebar. Designate one of the 3 targets by stepping through the NTS. Once designated, engage the target by pressing and holding the left-hand grip weapon's trigger to the second D-tip. Good kill. Turn off the FCR scan by pressing the FCR scan switch either up or down. Then recenter the FCR by pressing the right-hand grip slave switch. The FCR can also be used to cue AGM-114 Kilo laser Hellfire engagements. To do this, you will use the FCR to find and select a target, and then the TSD to slave the TAD site. A TBM TEL has been activated. It will show as a wheeled vehicle on the FCR and TSD displays. Activate the FCR C-scan with FCR scan switch down. Take a look at both the FCR and the TSD to make sure you can identify the target on both displays, as shown in the graphic. You do not need to designate the target with the FCR. To engage this target with an AGM-114 Kilo laser Hellfire, you will execute the following steps. Switch from Site FCR to TADS. Switch the cursor to TDS, right NPD. Select Cursor Acquisition. Cursor over the target symbol on the right NPD and designate the target with Cursor Enter. Slave the TADS site to the selected area. Adjust the TADS to center on the target, laze the target, and fire an AGM-114 Kilo. Note, when you switch to TADS, the weapon will automatically change to AGM-114 Kilo laser Hellfire if one is available. Review these steps, and when ready to continue, press the spacebar. Sight switch to TDS by pressing the right hand grip sight selection switch right, TADS. Switch the NPD cursor to the right NPD by pressing cursor display left right. Then select cursor acquisition CAQ by pressing push button R5 CAQ. Cursor over the target symbol with the left-hand grip cursor switch and designate it with the left-hand cursor enter button. Slave the TADS to the target area by pressing the right-hand grip slave button. Find, designate, and engage the target per AGM-114 Kilo laser Hellfire procedures.
Alright. Fire.
Well done. You have training. You should have a few more Hellfires available. Several more stationary and mobile targets will reappear in the area so you can continue training. You may arm and refuel at a nearby airfield. Press escape to end the training or press the spacebar to continue flying. Active pause off.
Alright guys, well, that's all for this part. We did all the training for the AH-64 Delta. So I'm just going to cut it here. So that's all for this part, guys. If you'd like to smash that button like a badass, leave a comment. I'll see you guys next time. Farewell.